Motivational speaker Lindsay Moshesh-van der Byl is set to cycle non-stop from Hector Pieterson Museum, that's in Soweto, all the way to District 6 Museum in Cape Town, all for a good cause. I'm pleased to say that Lindsay joins us now in studio as we find out what that is about. Lindsay, good morning to you. Welcome to the studio. First of all, tell me about the reason of your cycle escapade. 100 hours is the goal between Joburg and Cape Town.
Morning, Buhle. Thanks for having me and to your production team. So yeah, Buhle, 100 seems to be a common denominator. 2018, I was elected as one of the 100 Mandelas of the future. 2019 and 2020 consecutively, I was on the list for 100 most influential young South Africans. So I sat down with my team and was like, listen, this 100 comes up a lot. Why don't we use it and create a campaign around it? So we said, listen, let's just turn these 100 into an hour, turn the number 100 into hours, and then try to do the cycle, because we do every year we cycle from union buildings to Parliament, but we said let's make this edition a special one. What I'll do is I'll do a solo one, and then we got the World Literacy Foundation involved, of which I'm an ambassador, and we said look, let's get involved, let's try and raise funds to assist with the various literacy projects that we're doing as a Cycle for Change, as well as the World Literacy Foundation. So that's where the crux of the actual campaign started from.
I mean, you've done this before, as you say, it's something that I wouldn't dare do. Why literacy? Why 100 hours literacy challenge in particular?
So, normally we live in a society where literacy and books in particular seem to be, or people take it to be a boring topic or concept. So we're trying to spice it up by doing seemingly impossible things. That's why it's union building to Parliament. Now it's Soweto to Cape Town in less than 100 hours. So it sparks that conversation to say, listen, are you really going to do it? Why are you doing it? And I think when I do it, not if I do it, when I do it, a lot more people will be able to say, you know what, this guy put his life on the line for me to read a book. And I think that's where my duty or my calling comes in, to say, listen, inspire people through the things that you are good at.
When you do it, you're doing it tomorrow. You set off for this challenge tomorrow. Talk to me about some of the logistics. You know, how quick are you planning on cycling, and what challenges could you encounter on the road?
So I think the biggest challenge is actually wind, and it's not wind per se, it's the wind direction. So if it's a tailwind, I'll get to Cape Town way quicker than 100 hours. But if it's a headwind where I'm cycling into the wind, it might affect my speed, and that will then pose a challenge. But I'm pretty certain that I will do it in under 100 hours, because I'm hungry, I'm eager, I'm excited to do it. Since COVID, we haven't had an opportunity to go ahead with our process, with our campaign. So this is the first one back after post-COVID.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fundraiser, and it's 1,410 kilometers. Just to put it into context.
1480, yeah.
1480. I mean, that's even more than that. Another 70 kilometers added onto that as the cherry on top. Just talk to me about the fundraising aspect. How do you get the money, and where does that go to?
So currently we have a Back a Buddy account up, so people can start donating. We set ourselves a target of 70,000, which equates to 50 Rand per kilometer. And your previous question, I probably didn't answer in detail, but of those kilometers, the minimum I'm required to cycle is 14.5 kilometers an hour. So I need to be doing 14.5 kilometers an hour over a distance of 1,480 kilometers. So that minimum will then mean that I can't stop to break. I can't stop for just anything. I just need to be constantly on the move. But I feel for a cyclist, an average cyclist, that's fairly slow. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I know I'm going to make it. So I'll be going a little bit fast, and I'll be able to take small breaks, but not a break where I'm sleeping over.
Very quickly, you're not going to be sleeping. How do we back you? How do we fund you? How do we support you and track you?
So People can follow me on @Linzito85 on all social media platforms, and I can just send them the Backer Buddy link. The nice thing with Backer Buddy is we don't have to worry about any funds. So the monies that gets donated, it's Backer Buddy that will pay World Literacy Foundation themselves. So we can then focus on the actual cycle.
Oh, that's fantastic. A very congratulations and a job well done. I mean, you haven't even done it yet, but a massive undertaking that Lindsay is really looking at doing here. Cycling 1,480 kilometers from Johannesburg to Cape Town. I mean, I can't even do that in a car, really, let alone on a bike. And thank you so much for your time this morning, Lindsay, and all the best for that cycle there.